Thank you for watching our video. Please give us a big like, subscribe to our channel for new videos every day with amazing cars. Leave us your opinion in the comment section on the video. Thank you. I officially give up, the crossover utility vehicle wins. The final collapse of my resistance occurred somewhere near the village of Waikoloa on the island of Hawaii, where Hyundai had shipped me to drive its new Kona small utility. Kona is a city on the Big Island, get it? At some point while winding through the lava fields in the diminutive Uta, I concluded there was no way I'd choose a similarly sized, and priced, Elantra or accent sedan over a Kona. The same holds true for a Honda Fit versus an HR-V or a Toyota Corolla versus a RAV4, though God help me if it comes to that. Yes, there are still viable car outliers like the Ford Focus ST and Civic Type R, but for the most part, in daily driving I prefer the taller seating position and hatchback convenience of a utility vehicle over an equivalent 3-box sedan. Given the boss hatred for crossovers, this may also be my last article for Autoweek. A quick look at the market domination of crossovers and SUVs over their hapless sedan counterparts shows most buyers apparently feel the same. With forecast growth of 16% over the next 5 years, automakers are now scrambling to fill the entry-level niche, the so-called small utility segment, which, incongruously, is smaller than subcompact, made up of the aforementioned Honda HR-V plus the Ford EcoSport, Jeep Renegade, Mazda CX-3, Subaru Crosstrek, Nissan Kicks, Chevy Trax and, now, the new Hyundai Kona. Small is an accurate descriptor here. The Kona is a full foot shorter overall than Hyundai's subcompact Tucson and shorter in length and height than any of its competitors save for the Mazda CX-3, which is 4 inches longer but 0.3 inches lower. In a clever styling twist, though, the Kona doesn't seem nearly as diminutive as the Chevy Trax or CX-3 either in pictures or in person. Unless the competition was parked side by side, you'd swear the Kona was a class bigger, a function of the cladding, overhangs and curves that create a sense of mass where there really isn't any. The sensation of space extends inside, where Kona designers carve every possible square inch of space from the platform. Legroom, headroom and shoulder space front and rear are roughly equal to or better than all its competitors despite the Kona's smaller overall size. Perhaps most importantly for crossover buyers, the 19.2 ca-foot of rear cargo space is bested only by the Crosstrek and HR-V and dated by a clever dual-level cargo tray with a removable hidden storage bin beneath it. We discussed Kona features and option packages last week, you can check out that post here, but in a nutshell, you can choose from 4 trims, 2 with a 2.0-liter i4 and 6-speed automatic, and 2 higher-end models with a 1.6-liter turbo i4 and 7-speed dual-clutch auto manual. Front drive and all-wheel drive are available throughout the lineup, which ranges in price from just over $20,000 to just under $30,000. Combined fuel economy for front-drive Konas, regardless of engine, is 30 miles per gallon, while all-wheel drive knocks 1 or 2 mpg off the estimates. What may be more surprising for budget car shoppers is the level of convenience and safety gear Hyundai packs into the Kona. Even rental car stripper models will get a 7-inch display with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, a rear-view camera, automatic headlights, Bluetooth connection, cruise control and 60/40 fold flat rear seating. Move up the options ladder and blind spot warning, lane keeping assist, leather seating and even wireless device charging make an appearance by the time you get to the top shelf Kona Ultimate starting at $28,350. The execution. Take the space efficiency of a Honda HR-V and the lightweight flingability of a Mazda and you've got a good idea what the Hyundai Kona is like to live with. I had an opportunity to spend extended time in both the volume-liter Kona cell with front-wheel drive / 2.0-liter 4 and a loaded Ultimate with a WD and the turbo / 7 DCT combination. The rest, no doubt. The 1.6T engine delivers a more robust kick and would be my choice, but the average small utility buyer isn't going to miss it if they opt for the cheaper SE or Cell. The non-turbo mill just needs more revs to deliver its torque. Underway, the Kona's short wheelbase is apparent. Coupled with a relatively taut suspension, the ride is firm. It's not really a criticism, though. Yes, there's a fair bit of road and tire noise, but the chassis stiffness helps the Kona feel more playful. I got a chance to hammer it a bit around some hard corners on steep down-up-down transitions along Hawaii's smooth 2 lanes, and the little Hyundai never got out of line or tippy. The Ultimate, with its turbo engine, is downright fun in the same way a Mazda CX-5 can be a joy to throw around, slow car fast style. One thing for spec nerds to consider: front-drive Konas come with a twist-beam rear suspension setup, versus the more elaborate multi-link rear on AWD models. I honestly tried to find fault with the simpler axle, beating pretty hard on the Kona in the process, and couldn't detect any noticeable difference. Besides, if you buying a Kona with an eye toward occasional track days, you're doing it wrong, at least for now. Hyundai's fledgling and division, one more than M, may have something in the works, though brand representatives would neither confirm nor deny such a project. More than just a competent driver, the Kona is also a pleasant place in which to spend time. Hyundai's infotainment interface is easy to use and quickly connected with my phone. The dash layout is logical and stylized enough to provide some visual interest, though the materials are mostly the hard plastics one would expect at this price point. The standard houndstooth fabric seat inserts on the Cell look great, and they reheated, too. No need to option up to leather in cold weather environments. Should you choose a higher trim Kona, the already large-feeling cabin gets even airier with the sunroof, and the driving assists do their job well without undue beeping and flashing. The verdict: Hyundai says the Kona Cell, with its attractive heated cloth seats, will be the volume seller, and they're probably correct. That said, the Limited, with its additional options plus the turbo engine and dual clutch transmission, is probably where I'd start. Even with AWD, it lands in the mid-$26K range and could legitimately be classified as a fun-to-drive little scooter. As for cross-shopping, I am still partial to the Subaru Crosstrek, but only with a manual transmission. Put either of the Kona's powertrains up against the Subaru's continuously variable automatic, and Hyundai takes it. Add in the brand's 5-year/60K mile bumper-to-bumper and 100K mile powertrain warranty, and it gets really difficult to find any ways to improve on the Kona as an economical, city-friendly transport that won't bore drivers to tires. Thank you for watching our video. Please give us a big like, subscribe to our channel for new videos every day with amazing cars. Leave us your opinion in the comment section on the video. Thank you.